welcome back to my channel. I'm a happy I'm a happy bunny today. I could be a hoppy bunny as well, as it's, you know, Easter and everything just gone. I have discovered what I was doing wrong. So I've got the full recipe. It was actually in her description, duh. And so one of the reasons it wasn't working, I wasn't oiling my silicone moulds, so that's top tip. So I'm going to actually put her recipe down in the description for you. Mine might be a bit brittle, but look what I ended up with. I'm really pleased. I did try something with, I did try to make some stamps, but I think my stamps were still really messy. So I kind of, but it's okay because I'll be painting these, but they kind of look like wax seals. That was what I used the end of the clay for, and I kind of just used the end of the clay to make this weird thing. I have no idea what I'll do with it, but I'll think of something. But what I have got is a pretty collection of lots of flowers, lots of little roses like this. Even though I hoovered again yesterday, I'm sure there's some rosy hair in here somewhere, my rosy cat. I got some roses. Now what I have discovered is that, let's just grab a couple of these moulds so you can see what I mean. They need a bit of a clean, but the very thin, shallow moulds are not so good for me. They are not great for, they're okay for an impression, but they're not great for creating things. I mean, the butterflies are very, very thin, as you can probably see. They're okay. Excuse my fingers, they're really dry again. I apologise. I've used every cream under the sun, nothing works. But the real ones, the ones that I really loved were this flower one, because can you see it's got quite a lot of depth to it. This one was okay, but my favourites were actually, I don't think they're in here actually, were the roses, the rose one. Let's see. Oh, I hope you can hear me okay. I've upgraded my phone and it hasn't got a headphone socket, so I can't plug the microphone in. But you can see, there's the roses. I've yet to kind of give them a good wash in hot soapy water. So they work quite well, and so did the birds, because they're quite a deep mould. So when you're looking on AliExpress, which I find is the cheapest place to buy them, they're not much different from other craft suppliers. Do make sure you get quite a deep mould. The dragonfly was okay, but the tail kept breaking off. But I did get a few. So what I'm going to do today is I've got some mica powders. I'd like to be swish and say thank you to Arteza for sending them to me. You know, like people, I'm only jealous. You know, like people say, oh, I'm going to be working with these Arteza mica powders today, you know, and it's $100 worth, and the Arteza just sent it to me. I think, you lucky what's it? I had to pay for mine. In fact, I've had to pay in 4 installments. Oh dear. So I'm going to use them, and I paid for them, and they're all mine. So I'm going to just take away this pretty backdrop that I've got. If you wonder how I made this, there is a video showing you how I made this little backdrop. If you're interested on making one for yourself for your own YouTube channel, or just for some filming, or whatever it is that you're doing, then I'll leave a link to that video. In fact, I'll try and put a card in. I'm not very good at putting cards in YouTube, but I'll try and put a card in here, and then you can click on it and watch that video. So I'm going to pause you here. I'm going to get all our bits and bobs together, and my nice glass what do you call it, mat, because that's the best one I think for all the messy work. I do not want to clean up this craft room again like I did yesterday. Ouch, that really hurt. It took me a long time. But yeah, we're going to have a go at painting these and have a go at using mica powders for the first time. So this should be fun. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm back. Sort of set up-ish. Oh, I still haven't found my my glass doodle, have I? Oh, goodness. Oh dear, it's somewhere here. Here we go. Crash, bang, wallop. Another outtake. Right, let's just move these. Okay. Bad asthma again. Sorry guys if I'm a bit breathy. So I have, what is this called? It's agar gum. Is that right? Yes, I think so. Now, it was recommended that I mix the mica powders with it, because if I don't, they will rub off. So is it agar gum? I'm sure it is agar. I'll come up with it in a second. You probably know the name of it. So these are the mica powders. You've probably seen these on other channels. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so out of breath. Right guys, so I'm back. Forgive my breathlessness. So these are the Arteza mica powders, and they kind of tell you that each of the mica powders is packed for weight. So some of the bottles will be less than others. So let's see, give you an example. So I know one of them isn't very full at all. See, that one's sort of 3/4, because they are based on the actual weight rather than because some pigments are obviously naturally heavier, is what they say. I can't see one that's particularly empty. Looking at them, maybe this one. Yeah, look, that one's about half full. Can you see that? Yeah, it's about half full, so that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some pretty colours. We're going to paint our bits and bobs. I've got some water off to the side here, and I've got a selection of really cheap, inexpensive paintbrushes that I've kind of purchased from AliExpress. They really aren't expensive at all. A couple of them are a fine sabre type, fake sabre brush. Do you call it sable or I don't know. It says made in China on it. I have no idea. Anyway, so they're just some really thin artist brushes, and I'm going to pick some really pretty colours to do these use these mica powders. And in here there's a little spoon because you don't want to use too much. And I've also taken the lid off my watercolour palette so that I can mix in there. So I think we're ready to go. I hope we are. I'll get my little spoon ready and pray I don't lose it during this crafting session, because you know me. I'm just going to move all my bits out of the way, and then we really need to choose some of these really pretty pigments, and I'll get this agar whatever it's called. Oh, I have to write down what it's actually called somewhere. I'm sure is it? Oh goodness me, I can't believe I can't remember the name of this. Oh, it's one of those days. Anyway, it has peanuts, tree nuts, milk, lupin, sesame seeds, soybeans. Might contain all those things, but it's gum, agar gum, or whatever it is. Oh, I don't know. It's what you use in baking. Oh goodness me, I'm losing my marbles. Right, okay, so I'm going to do like a 50-50. So the first thing I'm going to do is, you know, get a little spoonful of this ready in each of the mica powders. That's probably a little bit much actually that I've put in the first two, but never mind. It will make sure that it stays on the paper and doesn't I mean, this bag that I bought that was like £3, this is going to last forever because you don't really use that much. And yes, I'm just going to, probably won't use too many colours. I'll try 8 and see how we go with that. So I'll just put that in there and then pop that to one side. And then let's take a look at my, I think I'm going to go for my roses today more than anything, because I think they're going to be the easiest for me to paint, but I might move on to something a bit more complicated after a while. Let's just get a few actually, a few of the ones that turned out the best. And maybe a couple of birds. See how many we've got time for. I'll just get those out for now, and then I'll see how we get on. So there's a few. Let's move those to one side. And now it's just a case of trying to decide what beautiful colours I want. I really love this beautiful kind of turquoise. There's a few actually. There's like this paler one and then this dark one. And I think I'm going to have to arrange these in colour order. I really do, because it's frustrating. They're all in different sections at the minute. So I think I'm going to have to put all the greens together and everything. Oh dear. I can't help it. Oh, and there's a little seal on it. So if we can take that off. Okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm really happy that I'm doing this with you. Then when I make boo-boos, you can all just laugh and go, oh well, it's just Coastal Crafter again doing what she does best. Okay, I probably need a wipe as well, don't I? Because otherwise I'm going to mix colours. Might just wipe them on my hands for a second. Okay, so I've got that lovely green. I don't think I need to mix because I'm just going to add water. I'm going to go for some pinks and reds because I think there's some really beautiful colours for the flowers. There's a lovely violet and then a darker purple there. And then there's another one. It's just so, look at these colours. They're just lovely. And these are the ones that you can, these say that they're safe for makeup and things like that. And, you know, nail polishes and everything. So they're really good quality. I'm just going to mix. I'm just going to put all loads of colours into these. And because you don't want to see me sit here putting colours in, I'm going to pause you. Okay, I'm back. That was not an easy choice. There's so many pretty colours. That was actually quite difficult. Okay, I've got a slightly dodgy brush here, so I thought I might get a bigger one actually, and just because I want to kind of drip. I don't want to drip too much water on there. Oh, especially like that. And I'm going to take a really small brush and just mix that up and hope that that's big enough. Yeah, that looks okay. It might be a bit too much water, I'm not sure. Never done this before, so we shall see. So as I don't go with convention, I'm going to use this green on a rose. So I'm just going to see how it looks. See how my clay takes it. I think I have used a bit too much water on there, but that's okay. We won't do that again. In fact, let's okay, that is a little bit runny. Can you see? I think I've put way too much water in there. So this time I'm going to wet my brush. I'm just going to go in and there we go. And I'm just going to use what's on my brush. It's difficult because if you've never used it before, you don't know, do you? I think I have to get away with a little bit more. So that's just, there's my water brush. Let's put a little double in there. There we go. One drop. That's better. So I put too much in on the, although that looks runny now as well. Okay, we can but try. It's a little bit better, but I think I need that thick consistency. You can see the difference. This one's a bit better. So don't put too much water in with your mica powders because you might not end up with the effect that you like. But that's okay. We'll get there. Oh look, I've just added a bit more mica powder to that one from the edge, and that's worked a little bit better. Okay, I'm okay with that. And you know, I think all these things, I always say, don't I, with you, that it's, you keep all the mistakes in, all the boo-boos, and then you won't make the same one when you come to have a go. Mica powders, you don't have to buy the big kit. I mean, they're on half off in the UK at the moment. I'm presuming that's Arteza internationally, and I pay for mine with something called ClearPay, and that means I can pay over 4 installments, which makes it a lot more affordable for me. But yeah, I think you can see the difference between that one and that one. So far too much water added on that one. So I'm just going to, this one is like an iridescent cream. This is really pretty. Yeah, I think that's probably, can you see the different consistencies? So this was too much water. That was a little bit too much. And now I've kept this quite thick. So I'm going to go with that. And yeah, just paint. I'll put it on my hand. My hand's already messy anyway. And this is like this. Oh, this is really pretty. Oh, I've got it in my hand. Look, you can see. I'll put it on my hand again. Can you see that colour? Isn't that lovely? This is a real, this is sort of like that bridal cream. That's what I describe this as, you know. That really beautiful, shimmery bridal cream colour that a lot of the dresses are. Not that I would know. I've never been married and I'm single. But I think that's what it reminds me of. It's that really pretty... oh, I put a bit of purple in it. Oh, never mind. There we go. So that's a really nice one. I like that. And obviously you could do, you know, if you're being really fussy, which I'm going to be, you can do the edges as well, just to make sure all the edges are covered, because you don't know what you'll be using this for. Probably a, oh, that was clever. Probably a you know, a journal or whatever. So I'm quite happy with that. So it looks as though one of those tiny spoons of the colour with a tiny spoon of the gum stuff, which I will find out what it's called, and that works really well. I think I'll paint over this one with this colour here, which is called, See, that's not enough water, so we'll just add 1 drop to that. I'm just going to tap that. There we go. This one's called something blue. It's like a really pretty kind of metallic. It's almost like fish scales, you know, that kind of shimmer that you get on fish, some fish. So let's go over this. I don't think it's going to matter much. It's given us kind of weird colour, actually. Now I said that, I've kind of got brown rose now. Oh, never mind, it doesn't matter. It might work for something, you don't know. Yeah, okay, so don't paint over, because that doesn't necessarily work. Might if you mix the colours. It's looking a little bit better now, though. I'm just going to go around, make sure I've done all those edges as best I can. It's not too bad. It's shimmery, that's all that matters. Nice bit of shimmer. I'm just going to add a little bit more of that colour. I think it may have mixed in with the green a bit too much, but it's okay. I don't mind it. I've got sticky hands now. I need a wipe, don't I? Let's grab one. So I've got that on hand. Super wipes from what is the equivalent of the dollar store over here. Right, so let's do this pink. Make sure I'm in frame. I'm just going to tap a couple of droplets. There's about 3 in there. Let's see how we go with that. Yeah, that's perfect. So I think about 3 drops seems to be a nice thick paste. I like this consistency for painting. I think it's better. I'm going to try. I'm going to need, I'll have to get a pair of glasses in a minute if I'm going to paint that one, because I won't be able to see. Okay, let's try another rose. So yeah, I would definitely have a go at this with the recipe that I give you below. I actually ended up adding a bit more hand soap to it, and I ended up also just adding a little bit of oil to my clay. I don't know if that's correct, but I did anyway. And I used, because it was just handy in the house, we just had some. We used it for, I think I need a little bit more water on this one. I used it for a natural cleaning product. I was making some sort of natural cleaning product, I can't remember. And I had jojoba oil. So I just used that just to, you know, go around the moulds and also to add a little bit to my clay. I think my clay wasn't the right consistency because I hadn't found the recipe by then. I didn't check the description because I'm a wally. But yes, I don't think it matters if you need to add a little bit of oil because it helps to get it out of the mould. But yeah, it worked out okay. It's quite brittle clay. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. Very shiny fingers. So I've got a couple more roses. I'm going to just do 2 more roses, and then I'm going to pause it and get my specs, and we'll have a go at painting the more intricate ones with these teeny tiny brushes and see if we can do that. So let's just add 1, 2, 3. Would that be enough? I hope so. Which brush was it? This one. I'm just going to mix that up. Ooh, that might be a bit runny. I don't know. It's got a nice consistency to it, but I don't know. We shall see. Go for a blue rose. Yeah, that is actually quite nice. Look, that's coming out quite well on that particular rose. I like it. Very pretty. And I mean, really, this is, you know, if you obviously you can use acrylic paint for this. You don't have to use mica powders. You know, any paint you've got is fine. As long as you've got some varnish or something or some Mod Podge to go over the top, you know, you can pretty much use anything. Don't rush out and pay a ridiculous amount of money for mica powders. Unless you've got the pay in 4 installments, then it's really good. But yeah, I mean, the clay itself is so cheap to make. Much cheaper than buying the Daz. Is it Daz? Das or whatever it is clay that we get over here, which is like £5 a block, and it's not as crumbly. You know, the one thing I don't like about that is it's really crumbly, the air dry clay, and it doesn't give you a smooth finish. Well, this, if it's done properly, seems to, and I'm definitely going to be making some more of this because I've got some more ideas. Oh, I'm adding too much water, aren't I? Some more ideas for using clay on journals. So we're going to make a journal cover using some clay. That is delicious. Look at that beautiful colour there. Fiery orange. That is so lovely. Just going to try and get all the mica powder. Oh, I'm wondering whether I'm going to try and do this one, because it is a sunflower type flower, and then we can do the middle afterwards. This is going on really well. I think there's slightly more mica powder in this mix, so it's a trial and error, isn't it? But yeah, a little bit more mica powder seems to be the key. I only put one sort of level scoop in, but I don't think I'd do that next time. I'd probably put a little tiny bit more. I think this had like a heaped one actually when I did this, because I thought actually that I'd put too much on, but looking at that, I'll do the centre in a second, but that's looking really pretty. Okie dokie. Let's have a look what else we've got. I've got 2 more colours. So I did this pink. I think they're both pinks actually, because I was thinking of the roses, but that's okay. See, in that one, for some reason, seems a bit more translucent and isn't mixing as well. I don't know. Oh, trial and error. I'm wondering whether I want to put a little bit of this on this rose here for some highlights. Just do a little bit of that as well while I'm at it. See what that looks like. Oh dear, my back's getting sore now. Dreadful. That's the only problem at the moment, because my hip's bad, it's making my back bad, so it's really difficult to craft for a period of time, which is really getting me down, because, you know, I love coming up here, and I'm trying to get the tech done on the website as well at the same time. It's just, there's only so many days I can actually do it. But never mind, it will all come out in the wash, I'm sure. There we go. So that's a really beautiful pale pink, that one. I'm going to try and get a little bit more on my brush. So I think I'm running out a little bit of this one. I don't think I made enough, mixed enough. That's quite a pretty one. A little bald spot there. There we go. So they're looking really sweet. And I also just like the fact that I've made them and they're not purchased from, you know, they're not plastic. Do you know what I mean? I like... Right, I'm going to pause because I've got to get some specs. Oh my goodness. I've got to show you this one. Now it's drying. Whoa. Can you see that? That is like shimmery, kind of greeny bright. That is beautiful. Now that is a lovely colour. These are actually changing colour slightly as they dry. Look. Wow, that is so pretty. Oh, I am loving these. Right, I'll be back in 2 secs. I'm back and my glasses were on my head the whole time. And now I have 2 pairs on. Oh my goodness me. Right, let's stick on the specs. A little bit wet there and hope we can see. Now, I probably need... Oh, I think I'm going to just go crazy with whatever colour I fancy, to be honest. I don't think it matters if I've got a orange bird, do you? Or a multicoloured bird. So I hope you can see where you are. Yeah, I think you can. So I'm just going to use some different colours. I'm just going to blend them down and make a crazy coloured bird. Why not? A bit like pink. We'll see how this looks when it dries, because it's very difficult to tell how this is going to turn out until it is actually dry. I'm just going to do the rest of the bird in this kind of burnt orange colour. Add a bit more mica powder to it. And then we can change the colour of the beak. I have got some markers and things for adding detail somewhere over here. I've got art markers, so I think that's probably the best thing to do, is kind of paint it and then add detail afterwards. So there we go. So that's one. Oh, I've missed a bit of his foot. Not that it matters, because I'll probably go over that. Let's have a go at this. Now I think I'm going to use this colour that's kind of this browny blue, which is just amazing, to paint this dragonfly, because I think, you know, this is quite similar to the colour that they are, that when you get a blue one. I remember when I was teaching, I was in my classroom one day and I'd got in really early and I could hear this buzzing, and it was a really weird buzzing sound and I'd never heard it before, and I was like, what is that? Thinking, this is really spooky. What is that? What is that? And then I saw movement behind one of the blinds, and honestly, I'm not a fan of dragonflies. I think they're beautiful, but for some reason, whenever I see one, they fly up my head. My mum thinks it's hilarious, as do my friends, that wherever I am, if it's by, you know, some water and there's dragonflies, they fly up my head. And it's not that I dislike them, it's just they're so big. You know, we get quite large ones. And yeah, so this was huge, this thing. And it was behind, and obviously I wanted to get it out without harming it. I didn't want to hurt it. You know, I never kill anything. I will not kill anything. I think it's horrible, people that kill spiders and stuff. I don't understand it at all. I know, even if you've got phobia, like, don't kill it, you know. But anyway, so I had to kind of open all the windows, and I was still trying desperately to get it to go out when my teaching assistant came in. I was like, please help me get this out of this room. And we finally managed to coax it out, and it flew off towards the school pond, which is obviously where it began. But I've never forgotten it, because it was huge, absolutely huge. Like I say, they are beautiful, but they like my head, and I do not like them flying towards my head. So, okay, I'm just going to quickly paint this one. I think this one is probably one of my favourite moulds as well, actually. I think this is really pretty. So there we go. There we are. Very nice. Now, let's see if I can use a little bit of this green just to go in the centre of my sunflower. I think that green may not be the best one to use. Just darken it a little bit, I think. There we go. It's more of a gold now. I've mixed it with some of that orange. They're great actually to mix. Really good fun to mix. I hadn't realised what good fun they are to mix. Should we try another one? I'm going to add a little bit more orange to that and see what colour. I've got a different colour green now. Let's see. I'm going to have a go at painting the leaves on this one with my groovy green colour I've just created. I hadn't really thought about mixing them. I know that sounds silly, but I hadn't really thought about it. And actually, that is fantastic. There we go. So I've got some pretty green leaves on there. A little bit that side. Do my brush. I think I use a bit of blue for a background. Again, only a slight wishy-washy blue. See if we can get it in there without making too much of a boo-boo. Around the outside. It is a very tiny brush, so hopefully I won't make too much of a pig's ear of it. Although I have there a little bit, that's okay. I can go over it. I'll just put a little bit of blue around the outside, and it's kind of gone around the leaves, but that's okay. What have I got left? I have purple. I could do a purple rose. There seems to be quite a lot of mica powder left there. Mix it up and grab some of that powder that's there off the side. And just paint this rose. Yeah, I think I've not quite, I think I've just used, I need to sort of make the mica powders a bit thicker, I think. There's a little bit of this again. There we go. I know it's not perfect. The background will probably need painting again, but I had a go. It's not too bad. I definitely need to paint that background again though, because it's too pale. But yeah, I'm quite pleased now. I've had a go and they've turned out okay. I think there's some touching up to be done over here on this purple rose. I can see some white bits sticking through, so I'm just going to... There we go, it's a bit better. lovely. But I think the ones where it's been mixed really well are the ones with the darker colour. And even there's some pieces there that I might add a bit more, but I think these definitely have come out really well. And when they're dry, I think they're going to look amazing. And I love this. That's probably my favourite, but I think this colour helps immensely. And I think dragonflies will always work for sort of a mica powder, a shiny powder, won't they? You know, they'll always kind of just put a bit of, just missed a bit there. There we go. Really, really pretty. Let's see, I'm just going to use a little bit of that green. There we go. Really pretty. So all in all, not a bad success story at all. I've forgotten to mix one. Look, got one more colour. I forgot all about it. Okay. Oh, that's a very, very pale pink. That's I need to grab something, don't I? Should I do I don't really want to do a butterfly yet. I'll do one of these little corners that I've done. They're just kind of sort of decorative little corners, these. They're not, you know, it's an okay mould, but not anything in particular. It's just a floral. I'm not sure how it's going to look when it's painted. I was kind of like, see, because it doesn't really look like anything, does it? It just looks like, I guess it does look like florals. There's some roses there I can just about see. Let's mix those two colours up because I've got them mixing anyway. And see how this turns out. They look really different when they're dry. Really different. It's as though the mica powder sort of settles in and just creates this beautiful shine on it. I like it. Okay. There we go. All right. Yep. Very, very happy for a first attempt. Not bad at all. Okay, my lovelies. I hope you enjoyed that. I just thought I'd do a nice gentle one today because I have a bruise on my bottom the size of the planet Pluto. And if I fall one more time, honestly, I think I'm just going to end up breaking something. Oh dear, I've honestly never been so excited about getting an operation in my life because it will just mean so much to me to have my hip done and to feel better again. Be able to sit without feeling sore, because obviously when you're sitting on your hip bone, you can't really sit on anything else, can you? Your butt is basically it. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. It was really good fun having a go at making those that clay the other day. But sorry about that, that's my phone. But at the same time, it was really difficult. It was quite tricky. So I'm quite pleased with how these have turned out. They're not bad, and I would definitely use them for a journal cover, which is what I'm planning to do. It could be that I'm going to try the method that I've seen now that I know about the oil in my molds, because if you peel out the image straight away and you put glue on it, obviously you can put that straight onto, oops, sorry guys, straight onto a journal, and it all sticks really well on the journal because of the glue that you're using. And apparently wood glue is very good. So yeah, so I think I will be having a go at that. Put that one back, and yeah, I hope you join me. Okay, I really do. So don't forget to pop across to Arteza if you can afford it and grab yourself a bargain, because they've got a sale on at the moment, and see what you can get. I have also ordered, quite naughtily, some metallic acrylics, which I'm going to use for another project that's coming up. So just bear with me, the videos will be up and running. I know it's taking longer to get them up than I used to. It's literally just down to pain, and I want to thank all of you for being so kind and just not unsubscribing at all. You've all been staying put and still watching the videos, and I just want to say thank you so much for sticking with me. It's really lovely. It's such a nice community, the crafting community, and yeah, I've been really touched because I was worried. I thought I'm going to lose like 50 subscribers, everyone's going to leave because I'm not making enough content, and then I kept looking and it never changed, and I just want to say thank you very much. Right, anyway, so I will see you all really soon, as soon as I can get all the bits together. And until I see you next time, my darlings, you just craft yourself happy. Take care.